Welcome, everyone. We're at the Watermark Conference 2017 and have another amazing individual we're going to introduce you to. I was up wandering around the exhibit hall, and I just felt the energy from Isabel and her organization, and I love what they're all about and doing. So I asked her if she'd be willing to come on down and share a little bit about the work they're doing in the world, global difference, which I love, global visibility, and how this conference is really impacting her. So let's take a moment. Isabel, do you mind sharing a little bit about who you are, what your organization's about, and why the work that you do in the world matters so much to you on a personal level?
Yes, of course. Our founder and CEO, Maureen Broderick, she has created WorldWideWomen. We're a small team of women that we've been incredibly empowered to join her in it. And what we're doing is she has launched a global resource online directory. It's a platform for women and girls. We're a social enterprise company, and we are there to be there for every woman and girl, no matter where you are in the world. We're currently live in 20 cities in Africa, Asia, Europe, Canada, and the U.S., and we're slowly moving our way down into South America and growing every day. And through our Girls Festival also that we hosted at Fort Mason in San Francisco, we had over 5,000 girls and their families come and see what really is the live 3D version of what we're doing on the platform, which is aggregating all resources. We had local and global organizations, about 65 of them who serve women and girls, come and do hands-on activities with them. We had over 20 workshops on coding, STEM, with some major corporate sponsors who believe also in what we're doing. And we had a whole mentoring program with 40 women mentors across business, STEM, entrepreneurship, public service. And we just had women come out of the woodworks, really, who are already doing amazing things, but this is what we do. We highlight what we are doing for each other. And we also had several men there as well, and brothers and uncles, and we thought it was important for them to see how we see ourselves, how we see other girls, and they were there supporting their daughters, and it was an amazing thing.
Hi, this is Trisha, and we are at Watermark, and I have stumbled upon a wonderful attendee here, Isabel, who has a fantastic organization for women. So Isabel, please tell me about your organization and what you do.
Sure. Thank you for having me. WorldWideWomen is, it was created by our founder and CEO, Maureen Broderick, and she, for the past 3 years, has been researching and aggregating all these resources for women and girls around the globe, and we have just unveiled that platform. And it's currently live in 20 cities in Africa, Asia, Europe, Canada, the U.S., and slowly growing every day. We're at 6,000 pages, but we're going down into South America, and it will just keep growing as we go along.
That is amazing. 20 cities, and you just launched.
Well, it is a 3-year research project before the launch, so yes, but it's an exciting time for us as well. So because we've had the Girls Festival to showcase what we're doing on the global platform so that women and girls around the world can go to this and find everything that they may need.
That's wonderful. And just hearing that it was 3 years of research and now launching, that lets me, you guys are very intentional about what you're doing and the impact that you want to have on the lives of the girls and the women that are part of your organization.
Definitely. Maureen, she just wanted to bring the fragmented market of women together, and she thought that the best way to do that was through technology. So that's how WorldWideWomen was born.
Wow, that's great. So what I'd like to know is, you're here at Watermark. There's been some wonderful speakers, and just even walking through the hall, the energy is just so vibrant and positive. How has this impacted you today?
I think it's seeing and being able to translate that into the Girls Festival that we do, seeing women who really care about one another and want to engage. We've had several people come up to us and want to know exactly what we're doing and thanking us for what we're doing. And the same goes back to them as well, because they're all women who are in service of one another. So it's been a positive experience.
That's wonderful. Thank you. When I think about all of the lives, all of the women that you're touching, is there anything that you would like specifically to share with them that you've experienced here, like maybe a tip or inspiration that you would like to share with them?
I think stepping out of your comfort zone and start talking to people, because you never know where it's going to lead. I have seen many high school groups come today, and there's been college girls as well who I can see they're very timid, but they've been approaching, and that's what it takes. Usually when someone notices that, they'll meet you there and start asking you questions, and I find that hugely beneficial for them to see other women who support them and take an interest in what they're doing, why they're here, what are they looking for, conveying information that we may have for them, and it's a support system for them.
That's fantastic, because what I really love about what you're saying is they're showing up and they are taking that step that they need to take, and as they take that step, you're there to support them.
Exactly.
That's incredible.
That's the point. That's the point of our platform, the point of our festival, and then conferences like this at Watermark. You have to come together, and it's not just for yourself. You are, in the end, showing up for other people, and a lot of it sometimes is unintentional, but as I've said before, it can have an impact on someone you may not even know it.
That's what I love. I call that the unintentional impact. Yeah. It's right. Just like you just going along, doing your life, living your truth, connecting with others, and having that wonderful unintentional impact. And so I encourage you to just be mindful of the connections that you're making and that an unintentional impact that you're making on others, because it's powerful and you are powerful. So just stand in who you are and just own it and just go forth and continue to bring illumination around the globe just where you are. So Isabel, it has been so wonderful for you to take the time to do this interview and share with our viewers. Watermark is incredible place to be. The energy is so alive, and your presence here has really inspired me, because the work that you're doing to help women, bringing them together, is definitely inspirational for me also. So thank you for taking the time.
Thank you. I appreciate that, and talking to you.
Thank you.
Can you see why I love Isabel? And I was so excited to meet you and the organization. So can you share, you just launched and have already gotten into all of these, is it over 10 cities if I'm correct?
20 cities.
20 cities, oh my goodness, and you just launched. So this is going to keep echoing out into the world. Do you mind sharing where they can learn a little bit more?
Absolutely. You'll want to go to the website, worldwidewomen.co.co.
I love it. So worldwide on the internet, you can really lean into this organization, both profit and nonprofit, and get involved. And then coming up in San Francisco, I think it's October 15th, you have an event. 15th. Will you share a little bit about that?
I will. We'll be doing our second annual Girls Festival again, and we're going to be implementing the same programs that we had before, but we're going to bulk out some of them, try and lean into more of the gap that comes between high school and beyond, bulk out the mentoring program, and we're having some new competitions. We had the Biz World Girl competition, which was a huge hit, but we want to make that global this year. And then also we'll be having other competitions with some new corporate sponsors who are coming on board.
And if someone wants to learn more about that festival and how they might be able to get involved, is there a site for that or a way they can lean in?
There definitely is. It's the World Wide Women Festival site, and then we run that through our nonprofit arm, so that is worldwidewomenfoundation.org. And you'll find that information there too.
Oh, wonderful. So Worldwide Women, let's lean in. And I love how you have men and women coming together and supporting, because you're right, we need to hear the male voices supporting us as well, and it's important that they know how we see ourselves. So exactly. I love that you've been able to bring that together and the work that your organization is doing.
It was important. I think some of the best moments that I saw were I saw one father, he was following his teenage daughter. She's actually probably about 12, and she's already on mock debate teams, and she knew exactly who she wanted to speak to, and he just brought her around the whole day. And it was important. You know, it was mostly women, but to have them in there and supporting their daughters and doing something with their daughters, because we had all these hands-on activities, for them to have their father doing that with them, it was very meaningful to everybody.
Absolutely. I still remember a race that I ran with my dad. It was a 10K. It was a Boulder. And I remember I actually got a medal for that. And I trained with him, walking beside him when I was 10 years old. And I remember crossing that finish line. And there were times I didn't think I could. And he slowed his pace down to keep pace with me and cheer me on. And it made a real impact. So I love that you're creating those opportunities for fathers and uncles and brothers to come and walk beside. So beautiful.
And it's for everyone too, because some children, they don't have a father or they don't have a mother, but then they have all these other women who are on our side stages leading leadership workshops and doing advocacy for girls, and they're getting that support in another way. And sometimes I think that it's more effective and it can have a bigger impact on someone when it's coming from someone who doesn't know you. But they hear something or they see something and they see themselves in these women, and you might not even know what happened to them inside, but they might have just walked by or sat down in one of our workshops, and it has an impact.
We all have that opportunity to pour into each other and touch each other's lives. So I want to thank you for taking a moment to talk with us today. And I just had another curiosity question. So as you are in that exhibit hall and you've been in the huge area, the circle tables, listening to these amazing presentations, over 6,500 women coming together, was there something about the energy and the collective that struck you?
I think it's the interest that they have in other people. I think that's what struck me the most. Wanting to know other people's stories, how they can get involved, how they can offer their services. I've seen there's a lot of connectivity. So that was the biggest takeaway from today.
Oh, love it, that connection. So as we bring our time together to a close, I'd love to know, is there a piece of wisdom or a parting thought or a tip or something that's been laid on your heart that you would like to bring forward and share with today's woman?
I think tapping into what speaks to you most is the most important thing, whether you find that through one person or an organization. I think it's time for women to step into whatever that is. And it can be really small. If you're a stay-at-home mom, that's what I did. I plugged into moms groups, but I know that you can have an effect on other women that way, and you might be able to do something more. And I think it's time to do it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We can each take a step and we can do it today. It matters. So here's my personal challenge to each of you. Within the next 24 hours, I invite you, extra credit bonus opportunity, to take a step, to reach out, make a connection, encourage another. It absolutely matters and can make a global difference, one heart at a time. Thank you so much for joining us today. It has been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure for me too.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I have the honor and the pleasure of being here at the Watermark, and I have a chance to interview Isabel. And I'm going to be talking about Journey to Balancing Your Life a little bit. I've heard her on her other interviews recently that she has a busy life, a full life. And I just want to know, how do you balance all of that in all that you do? And then tell me a little bit also about what you do.
Okay, sure. Well, I am the mother of 2 young girls, which does fit in perfectly with what I do, because I am with WorldWideWomen, which was created by Maureen Broderick. And what it is it's an aggregation of resources and organizations for women and girls around the world. And she's been doing this, setting it up for 3 years, and just launched it.
That sounds amazing. So with the girls, working with the girls that I love, I'm going to eventually work with children as far as their finances are concerned. But tell me a little bit about what you do with the girls, and how do you find them? Where do you get them from?
Good question. They're all over. So what we do is through our philanthropic arm, we host the Girls Festival, which is held in October on the 15th at Fort Mason in San Francisco. And through our nonprofit partners, it's basically a live version of what we're doing on our platform. So we aggregated 65 local and global nonprofits who serve women and girls. And through them, their constituents, we offered complimentary tickets to join us so they could be part of what we're doing. Offering workshops on coding, leadership skills, tech is a rather big component of what we do, and girls who are entrepreneurs with budding businesses. And we were able to reach out, and they reached out to us and said, how can we get our girls here? And with some help of some sponsors and ourselves, we were able to bring girls in from East Palo Alto, Vallejo, Marin City, San Francisco, and provided the transportation for them to come, because it was important that we have everybody with us.
Absolutely. So when you have these girls with you, and one of my things is we need to reach back. We have grown up, we're adults now, so we need to reach back to our kids and bring them along with us and teach them what we know, and so they have a better life and a better way of doing it. Right. So you're local, and I heard about the Girls Festival. Tell us a little bit more about that. Sounds interesting and fun. How will someone get involved in that if they choose to?
Well, definitely go online to WorldWideWomenFestival.com, and then also through our nonprofit arm, WorldWideWomenFoundation.org. You can find it there. But it was the most sensational event. It went beyond what we had expected, and it basically took on a life of its own. And it was, I think, very much because to have everybody there together at the same time, girls seeing other girls from all different neighborhoods, all doing the same thing, all being affected in the same way by what they were seeing, with the women speakers that we had on our side stages and the main stages, seeing other girls around the U.S. who came to talk about the social enterprise businesses that they have, women who are advocating for girls in Africa and India. It was so powerful to see that. And then there were other girls just right next to you doing the same thing. And it was the power in the number, I think, a lot.
Yes. And I really want to thank you, and I appreciate the work that you're doing. I have a daughter, so I know how tender it is to your heart. And you have two children, two girls. So, listeners, if you're there and you have a child or girl and you want them to become involved into what's going on, all you have to do is go to the website. And I'm going to give Isabel a chance to tell us one more time. And I want to say thank you before we do that. Thank you for coming. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being here. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Tell our listeners one more time how they can get in touch and how they can become involved.
Well, we would love you to become involved, so please visit our WorldWideWomenFestival.com website or our WorldWideWomenFoundation.org.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.